So this morning we're in the garden, and we're only going to be in the garden for a short time because it's quite hot, but I wanted to show you. This is what it's looking like these days. And we've got a lovely story, one of my favorite stories by Lois Ellert. This is called Planting a Rainbow. And then we'll go inside and we will do a project that shows you how to, well, it's sort of an art project. It's a little bit of everything. We're gonna make a rainbow flower. So Planting a Rainbow, written and illustrated by Lois Ellert. Every year, Mom and I plant a rainbow. In the fall, we buy some bulbs and plant them in the ground. Right, so orange tiger lilies, red tulips, orange tulips, yellow daffodils, blue hyacinths, purple crocuses, and purple irises. We order seeds from catalogs and wait all winter long. Hear the birds, they're going crazy. We wait for spring to warm the soil and sprout the bulbs. Oh, look at that, everything's growing. Then it's time to go to the garden center and select some seedlings. We pick roses, poppies, delphiniums, ferns. We sow the seeds and set the plants in the soil. And watch the rainbow grow. And grow. And grow. We have some red flowers, like tulips and carnations and roses. And orange flowers, like tulips and zinnias, tiger lilies and poppies. And some yellow blooms, right? Some daisies and daffodils. We grow something green, like ferns. And some blue flowers, morning glories, delphiniums, hyacinth, and cornflowers. And some purple flowers too, crocus and phlox, iris and violets, asters and pansies. All summer long we pick them and bring them home. And when summer is over, we know we can grow our rainbow again next year. And that's the end. Now, this garden changes with each season. I have an old video, I have to see if I can find it, where you can see it change week by week and you can watch the rainbow change. So we're going to go in now and I'm going to show you how to make a rainbow flower. Okay, so we're inside and I've got all of my materials to do our science experiment today. To make a rainbow flower, you need either paper towels or a baby wipe. We need some empty containers, some food coloring, some eyedroppers, and some water, and a couple of pet cleaners. So there's a lot of materials, but they're things that most people have in their homes. I also have a paper plate because this project can get a little bit messy. Okay, so we're going to start out with making our flower shape. You have your piece of paper towel. I'm going to fold mine in half so I can get two pieces, and I'm going to take this square and cut it into a circle with my scissors. But depending on the shape of the flower you would like, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. So if you want to make more of a rose shape, you can make little waves in your flower. Or you could just leave it a circle. You could even leave it a square, right? There's no right or wrong when you were doing art. And then you're going to take your flower shape, and as you can see, I now have two, and you put them on your plate because this, and Amtree kids are old pros at eyedropper painting, so we know how messy this can get, right? So what we're going to do is now we're going to mix our color. So I'm going to take some water. I'm going to put a little bit in each container. And I'm only using the primary colors because I want you to see what happens when the primary colors mix and when they touch one another over time. Okay, so when we were talking about how plants drink, remember how we were talking about our celery stick, and we looked inside and we looked at those tubes that are called xylem, and how they pass the drops of water from one part all the way from the roots all the way out to the edge of the leaves. Well, the way that the water is going to travel when it hits our paper towel does the same thing. So this is an exercise in patience as well as color mixing. So I'm going to bring the camera down pretty low so that you can get a good look at how the colors are going to mix. And there's a scientific term for it.
It's called capillary action, and it basically means that plants and things made from plants have the ability to move water up and around to all their parts. It spreads from molecule to molecule instead of draining out the roots.
Because even though I'm not painting all over the flower, the water is getting pulled through. So the water is getting pulled through the paper, and it's moving around because it's just like it gets pulled up through the xylem, it gets pulled through the paper. And that makes sense, right? Because we all know what's paper made from.
Paper's made from plants.
So it would make sense that if we're using a paper towel, it's going to act in the same way that our plants would act. So I'm not even going to touch this, and we're just going to let it sit, and we will watch the colors mix slowly. I'll do another one.
Pay close attention how the water keeps getting pulled around the paper.
So you can see they've got a little bit more to pull through. The color's going to move a little bit more. But while we're waiting for that to happen, I will show you what to do when these are dry. Oh, look, it's two. I did two at once, so this is two examples. You're going to layer them on top of one another. Poke your finger in the middle and kind of gather them up. See? And then you have this little section. And you're going to take your pipe cleaner and just wrap it round. And you will have a beautiful flower to give as a gift, or to put in a jelly jar vase, or to decorate your bedroom, or to give to someone that you love. And so here's our paper flower. So here it is, and you can see where the color got pulled through the paper, just like how when flowers drink, the water gets pulled through their stem, right? The xylem go up through the stem, and then they go out to the edge of each flower petal and leaf, and that's exactly what our experiment did.